Good morning, friends and Bitcoiners. Welcome to another wonderful episode of BCN Crypto Kickoff, the show where we take a look at what's been going on in Bitcoin in the past to determine what's going to be happening to Bitcoin in the future. My name is Mr. Clifford T. Mitchum, and I am the Educational Director of BitcoinCryptoNews, and I will be your host today. So, with all that, let me go ahead and start off with our shout-outs. Big thank you to Eugene Forrest of Bitcoin and Coffee. Thanks for always having your support, for being with us through technical difficulties and overcoming all that. And he has a show that's changing times. So he's going to be coming on Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. So be sure to check out his show when it comes on, like after this one today. We also have a crypto shout out to Mr. Chris Webb. Thank you for liking and sharing our videos and passing them around so that way more people get more information about the show here. And a big thank you to our sponsor, Crypto Kickoff. Crypto Kickoff is an online directory and resource to find local businesses that accept cryptocurrencies. And if you have not claimed your listing there, be sure to do that and let them know that you found out about their service from this show. So let's begin our show as we always do by covering our disclaimer. The information provided in this show is for educational purposes only and is not financial or investment advice. For financial advice, please speak with a licensed professional. So with that, let's go ahead and get on into it. Bitcoin last week, starting off for the week of January 27th through February 2nd, started out at $3,584.28, finishing out the week at $3,521.06. And that is a $63.22 drop or 1.8% decrease. So when you look at the chart, what's going on with Bitcoin, you see that we had this high, and then it comes down to this trough, and then it comes back with another jump at the end of the week. You have a lot of natural activity. There's not big bots or big players. A little bit of bot activity just over the weekend coming into for that Saturday, but overall, you just see a lot of natural volatility. You don't have the sharp declines that we've been seeing towards the end of the year. So what this is saying is that there's a lot of just natural movement going on in cryptocurrency. The institutional funds have moved out, so we should look for those to be coming back in. However, information is saying that they're going to be looking to be more bearish. So as they come in with their futures and their anticipation, I would expect to look for a bit of a turn before we see any time up, particularly for this quarter. We already expected that. We're waiting for it, but just don't expect much more movement in the upward direction from what we're seeing going on here. So now, when we look at what's going on last year at this time, Bitcoin started off the week at $11,475.30, finishing out the week at $8,830.75. That is a drop of $2,644.55 or 23%. That's the kind of activity we've seen all that time last year, just steady and large drops. We're not seeing that activity this year, so everything's been pretty mild, but we could expect maybe a bit of a turn similar to this chart, looking at what's going on with the institutional investors as they come in. They're not going to be as strong as far as the activity of what's going to be going on in Bitcoin or in the cryptocurrencies, so we can anticipate to look more along that downward trend as time progresses. But just for this week last year, it was just, constant sell-off, constant and continuous. The current year has just been a lot more flat, so we shouldn't see too much correlation between last year and this year. So let's take a look at what's been going on for next week last year. That is the week of February 3rd through February 9th. Bitcoin started off that week at $9,175.70, finishing out that week at $8,736.98. That is a $480 drop and 72 cent and 2 cents, excuse me, $487 drop and 2 cents, or 4.8% decrease. Overall, that's just a bit of a slower activity. Over the next week for us, I would say that we stand to see a bit of a drop similar to this, somewhere in the 4 to 5% range. Nothing too huge, but just the steady decline has, things are not progressing as we anticipated. Originally, we were supposed to have the BACT coming online. There wasn't any anticipation of a government shutdown and all those fun things that have been affecting the institutional money and institutional funds that we were anticipating coming in. So we're seeing a bit of a slowdown on that. Still, with the natural activity we're seeing over here in cryptocurrency, over the next week, I would expect a chart similar to this. Nothing huge as far as drops, but nothing major as far as gains. Staying that pretty tight correlation between 3,400 and 3,600 as far as the fiat value of Bitcoin. So with that said, let's go into our quarterly activity. Now, last year, for Q1 of 2018, Bitcoin started off at $13,625 and finishing out the quarter at $6,973.53. That is a $6,651.47 drop, or 48.8% decrease. This was just the big slide. We're seeing a bit of a slide for this year, so I wouldn't quite anticipate this much. 48% is pretty high. There are some people that are calling for, $1,500 Bitcoin. I don't think that the activity we're seeing is truly going to justify that. There's just too much going on as far as regulatory and business interests incorporating and starting to utilize cryptocurrencies. So we can still anticipate and expect a drop. It's just nothing as dramatic as what we see going on with last year in the quarter. Last year's quarter to date came up to finishing out for February 2nd, finishing out at $8,830.75. Now, that's at this point a $4,794.25 drop, or a 35.2% decrease. So a large portion of the drop, when you look at what was going on last year, had already occurred, and there's still only about 13% more that would continue to fall from this point. And that's over the next 2 months, or next month and a half. So this is the middle portion of the bottom. We could see similar activity overall. We haven't seen as much of a drop, but with what's been anticipating what's going on, I can still see probably another 10 to 15% drop before we see the turnaround with everything else coming in. If the Fidelity Desk and the BACT and the ETF funds turn around and start to show a bit more promise, we can expect a quicker upturn, which is for everything that's going on in Bitcoin. But overall, it's pretty much more of the same. Small drops, but nothing huge. So anticipate that. Just for this quarter to date, the quarter started off at $3,746.71. And finishing it out up to the February 4th, it is $3,469.37, which is only a $277.33 drop, or 7.4% decrease. Now, with all that, I expect a bit more of a decrease over this quarter. Maybe getting down to that 10%, even as high as 15%. That would just double the decrease that we have right now. As we get more information of what's going on with the trading desks and the BACT and the ETFs, we can anticipate, what to see over March timeframe and determine what's going on there. There's a lot of people that say that they're going to be making some changes in March, but those organizations and institutions haven't stated those same facts. So it's a lot more rumor and speculation as far as what's going to be happening. So I would expect to be a little bit more drop that we have going on, and just anticipate. I'm putting in some funds right now, and if somebody's going to be looking to more of a drop, they can put in the rest of the funds and we get closer to the bottom there. But in the Q2, I would look for, some big gains and finally getting out of this bear market. This is so far the longest bear market in Bitcoin history at 411 days. So the time, it's got to turn around sometime. It's got to turn around soon. So just having that long-term vision is what's going to be making sure that we do well for this coming year. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our top stories. First top story of the week is Bitcoin's use of proof of work consensus put under the spotlight by a report from Bank of International Settlements. This is an article that's coming across us on our Twitter feed from Cointelegraph. Crypto shout out to Cointelegraph. Thanks for posting this. So it's a 31-page document that goes into some technical detail and unpacking the nitty-gritty aspects of Bitcoin protocol, how payments are validated and recorded on the blockchain. In all honesty, this really shows to me that the banking interests and the financial interests, they're taking Bitcoin seriously. A 31-page document is nothing to shake a stick at, So, they're really looking into this. What the document goes on to say is that they don't anticipate the redemption values for miners and nodes passing through transactions to be sufficient to maintain use of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And to an extent, I can see that, but a lot of miners, they may be going into it from a particular financial aspect, but their profit margin isn't based off of their transactions necessarily. It's based off of getting Bitcoin, putting that on the open market, and then making money off that with their blocks that they've received from mining. So I think the report itself is just looking at a couple different factors, so they don't quite have it dialed in exactly as what to anticipate, but for what they're seeing, the report also is not anticipating or looking into future changes and code adoptions that are going into the protocol. So it's a relevant document to show that the Bank of International Settlements is taking Bitcoin and cryptocurrency seriously, but their vision of what it can do, it still isn't quite dialed in. But nonetheless, something good reading, take a peek at it, and look into what they're anticipating as far as what we're going to be doing in the crypto space. Our next article is Crypto and Taxes. This came to us from Coinbase. Did you use, sell, convert crypto in 2018? If so, you may owe taxes if you're a U.S. taxpayer. Here's a look at what this could mean to you and the steps you may have to take, what forms you'll need, and how gains and losses may affect your taxes. I always say, safest way is the best way. Better safe than sorry. Look into talking to somebody that's a tax professional as far as what the crypto space means for your taxes, your profits, your gains. There are situations where even though you may not have had any profits, just from the trading activity, you are expected to pay taxes. The IRS is the most notorious and aggressive collections agency in the world. Better just pay the man, give the devil his due, and not have them on your back. If you do have any gains in the future and Bitcoin takes off, they're going to just come around with heavier fines, potentially jail time, or anything else just to prove a point, which I never really saw how proving a point proves a point because everything still goes on, so really there's no point proving because people are going to do what they're going to do. So nonetheless, be safe. Look into the crypto tax guide that Coinbase put together. It's good information and something that should be incorporated just to keep everything on the up and up and keep you away from getting silver bracelets. So our next article, New Yorkers can now buy Bitcoin at ATMs with debit cards. This is an article coming to us from BitcoinCryptoNews.com. Crypto shout out to BitcoinCryptoNews.com. New York now offers customers the opportunity to purchase Bitcoin using a regular credit card at machines supplied by ATM provider LibertyX. The company now has selected ATMs across the city able to provide the new service. It's been installing Bitcoin crypto ATMs across the U.S. since it first opened in Boston in 2014, and is later providing campus machines at Harvard and MIT. So what these machines are going to actually allow you to do is take up to $3,000 of fiat value of Bitcoin, from their ATMs. This is another big move. I love whenever we see these ATMs being installed all over the place. It just means it makes it easier for mass adoption, and it normalizes it as people go around and say, oh, I saw a Bitcoin ATM there. Oh, I saw a Bitcoin ATM there. Oh, I went to my grocery store and I can use Coinstar to get some Bitcoins. This is only just more proof that Bitcoin's not going away and greater bolstering of the crypto future that we'll see throughout this year. So, I mean, it's a great option for everybody, and New Yorkers, they're also putting some in Chicago because they're not going to be left behind in this. So New York, Chicago, as these things come online, let us know about your experiences. And, do you see other people using it? Just what kind of activity? Long lines at them? Let us know what's going on. But that's great to see. Our next article. Fidelity has published an update announcing its highly anticipated cryptocurrency trading desk. This is an article coming to us from CryptoNews.watch. Crypto, shout out for you for posting this. The company has also stated its risk and compliance teams are actively working with auditors to tighten policies and operational processes, adding that it hopes to set the new benchmarks for this aspect of cryptographic finance. So Fidelity, they're locked and loaded. They're ready to go. They're dotting the I's, crossing the T's, getting everything ready for the wider adoption that they're going to be expecting and anticipating with their crypto trading desks. They're going to be handling a lot of custodial accounts. So these people aren't going to be, just penny ante activities in the crypto space. I would anticipate bringing in billions of dollars into the crypto space, ushering in more traditional financing institutions to bring in further billions, pushing Bitcoin up to that. I don't know if we're going to see the $1 trillion mark this year, maybe in 2020, just seeing more of that. Because what you see is a lot of people exodusing and leaving the fiat markets with the US dollar and the like. So we already see a lot of things going on in Venezuela with their destabilization and the activities going on there. They just had their money cut off. Maduro can't get to his gold. But, as a adage always goes, you mess with the dough, you gotta go. And that's kind of what's happening to him in this case. However, Bitcoin, there's nobody to attack. You can't shut it down. The cat's out of the bag, everything's going forward, and unless they incorporate use of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, they're just gonna go the way of the dodo. So Fidelity's leading the charge as far as incorporating cryptocurrencies. Good on them. So all that hodling is about to pay off for everybody. Our next article, and final one, crypto stealing SIM swapper pleads guilty, gets 10 years in prison. This is an article coming to us from Bitcoin News. Crypto, shout out to Bitcoin News. Joel Ortiz, a college student who allegedly stole cryptocurrency worth over $5 million, has pleaded guilty and accepted a 10-year prison sentence. Ortiz was arrested last year and accused of hijacking the phone numbers of around 40 people. He is now the first person to be sentenced for the crime commonly known as SIM swapping. So Joel, he's a 20-year-old, 10 years, he'll be out, he'll be 30, so I mean, he still has a future, but this is really just showing the prosecution aspect and the fact that, the long arm of the law is coming after everybody. They're going to be coming after hackers. They're going to be coming out of SIM swappers. They're going to be coming out for these guys that are running hype sites that, that blow up after a couple weeks. Stay away from hype sites. They're just dangerous and they don't pay off in the long run. But, it's, that activity, it's kind of good. I don't like to see anybody go to jail, but I don't like to see anybody stealing. I mean, if you pull off a bank heist for $5 million, I think you probably even get more time. But, it's just one of those things. I'm actually relieved to see that. It gives more validity and calms down a bit of the Wild West actions in crypto space. But, I'd much rather people see people making money on the up and up. Trade it, find other better ways. If you're clever enough to pull off a SIM swapping scheme, you're clever enough to put together a business. Money comes a little bit slower, but, keeps you out of those bracelets. All right, so these are the top stories that we picked. If there's, you can go to BitcoinCrypto.news to check out other top stories and information we have coming into us, or on our Twitter feed, so you can see other articles coming through that. Any stories you feel that we should be covering, by all means, reach out and let us know. And we'll go ahead and get that included into our top stories list here. So our next segment is BCN 1 Minute With. In the 1 minute with, we cover 1 minute of one of the 2,000 plus cryptocurrencies that are available out in the crypto space. Before we get into it, got some crypto shout outs for people that are liking, sharing, and passing around our videos. Sahil Singla, thank you. Crypto shout out for you for your passing that around, sharing, and liking. We've got Oghale Israel, thank you for passing on and liking the articles. Imad Sultani, crypto shout out to you as well for passing and sharing and liking. Also want to give a crypto shout out to Caleb Emerson. Appreciate you passing around the information. And Jesse Dorch. Love it. Like to see your name. I think I've seen you a couple times on here now, passing around and liking articles. Keep up the great work. Jot Sutaraya. Thank you for passing around and good crypto shout out for you for liking and sharing the video. And Mr. James Moore, thank you. Crypto shout out for passing around the videos. Everybody else, keep them coming. We have a lot of people on Instagram that like and share the videos as well. So if I ran through everybody there, I just wouldn't have time for the videos. So I put a couple of top people on our Facebook page. So by all means, check us out on that. But we're going to be incorporating and doing something for you Instagrammers out there more and more. So, but keep on keeping on. So now, on Monday, last week, we did not have a show because I have a new baby! Yay! So my son was born on the 24th, and we've just been catching up doing a bunch of things, so I haven't quite had the time to get everything together and get all the videos out to you all. Same thing was going on Tuesday, so I wasn't able to get the 1 minute with video for you for that. But you know, the bouncing baby boy has to be attended to. On Wednesday, we did get a video for WanChain. Now, WanChain is a cross-chain interoperable blockchain that leverages privacy and cross-chain application and cross-chain dApps. So great little project. Check out their videos, see what they've got going on, and see if you like what they're doing. On Thursday, we had Zilliqa. Zilliqa is a high throughput blockchain that is highly scalable and incorporates sharding. So this way it allows a lot more activity and the transactions issues that they talked about in that report we spoke of earlier to be overcome and to make it worthwhile to actually utilize cryptocurrencies. Plus, you can go across different platforms. It's just very interesting project, great potential. Check out that video. On Friday, we had SiaCoin. SiaCoin does decentralized cloud storage. It utilizes the blockchain to store and utilizes the excess hard drive space put onto the blockchain, so that way people can get compensated just for having their hard drives open and available. So I know the cost that they have right there is just tremendous price reduction compared to using something like Amazon Web Service. So check out their video, see about that project, what you like there. And every day we go ahead and put out, most Tuesday through Friday, we have a video put out for you. So stay tuned on the Twitter feed, on our Instagram particularly. We have a lot of activity with these videos coming across on Instagram to see the other video for the week. And we'll also get those shared on our other social media sites. And this Thursday, Bitcoins of Southwest Florida will be meeting at the Butterfly Estates at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock at the Butterfly Estates on Thursday, February 7th. So it's the largest meetup we have out here in Southwest Florida. So all you cryptocurrency enthusiasts, come down and hang out with other cryptocurrency enthusiasts so that way you can talk to everybody about your cryptocurrency enthusiasm. And to get more information, go to meetup.com to get the page, find out about other updates and information we have going on about that. So now, the best resource we provide is our live online and consulting, or our live and online courses. You can go to get our Bitcoin 101. That covers the basics, people that are brand new, just getting into the crypto space. Our Bitcoin 201, that once you actually have gotten established, how to build your portfolio, get on exchanges and get more coins, get out there, just diversify. Our Bitcoin 301 and 302 courses goes on to trading strategies and how to use Bitcoin to actually profit and make money in the crypto space. So check all those out. Let us know if you'd like to set up a live course or an online course. We can get you taught up, trained up, and educated in the crypto space. Now you can find us on social media. You already found us on Instagram if you're watching, on Facebook, on YouTube. But keep in mind, we're also on MeWeeb, Tribes, Minds, and other social media sites. Check out our Steemit and our DTube as well. And Pinterest. We do have referral links in the description below. So if you're looking to get on Binance, Cryptopia, CoinMama, please use our links below. And that way we get some credit for opening up the crypto space to you. For we are also open to taking donations. In the description, you'll see our donational addresses. You can go ahead and deposit a couple Bitcoin or a couple Litecoin or anything else you'd like to keep the project going and make sure we have plenty of time to go ahead and do this and more. So, with all this going on, there's a lot of speculation, volatility, and activity in the crypto space. But you've got to risk it for the biscuit. Got to take a little bit of that risk just to have that great reward. Us hodlers out there and those of us that have long-term vision and see what Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to do. So I'm going to do that. Hope that many of you do that as well. Be sure to get informed and find out what you can do to utilize Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. All of you have a great day. Thanks for coming out. See you next Monday. We'll have everything better with the video setup. Technical difficulties. YouTube just would not load the live video, so my apologies. Thanks for coming out, though. Have a great week.